And we are ready to rock and roll here in the third period. Julian Reese stands in against Anthony Pellegrino for this opening draw at 4-on-4. The Rebels win this one. They move left to right here in this third period. Played on the backhand by Cole Chatham. Defensive partner out off the dasher boards. Chatham picks it up at center and strides across the blue line. A long shot there, blocker to side into that high glass by Liam Gormley. And the Gamecocks take control. Julian Reese skates out with Mike Bolger. Tries to sidestep a man. Going down and seeing that puck chip past him was Chatham. Rolls back in on Storner. Played off of McGowan on the forecheck here. It leaks back out to the neutral zone. Pellegrino takes a run at McGowan. The puck played back the other way out to the far side, and Nate Sullivan throws it back in. Tyler Oakley has some time here. 4-on-4 has expired. Joe Collega heads right to the bench for South Carolina. Rob Lawrence comes on, and Braden Storner chips this puck on his backhand out to the far side, where Cal Lavery sends this one cross ice for Milson, rather. Delayed off sides as we saw Milson and Harlan getting tangled up with Ronan Egan. 53 seconds, rather, gone in this third period.
Already quickly, a lot of turnover to neutral ice once again. That would have been a good rush for Ole Miss, but just a half step ahead of the puck into the zone.
Neutral zone face-off as the feeling out process here in the third period. Trying to get a handle on who's got what left in the tank. A turnover here in the slot, an opportunity off the outside of Owen Thomas's leg. Scott Harlan capitalizing almost on that turnover by Cam Mecca. A long shot goes wide past the glove of Liam Gormley. And Alan Searwash shaking up the lines a little bit here. Owen Thomas playing defense back with Nick Peters. Thomas skates this one up. Rob Lawrence on now with Cam Mecca. He's got the puck along the near side. Picks it up, tries to sidestep a man. Kurt Lindhorst loses the puck, and now a spirited battle has that puck played back out into the slot area. And Ole Miss counters now with speed, sidestepping Lawrence. A collision in front of the Gamecock bench. Connor Baker goes down. The puck rolls free. And we will have a penalty for holding. And it looks like it will send the Rebels to the power play. First penalty that hasn't been offsetting in quite some time. Since all the way back to start off the second period, Lindhorst took an interference mind. The Gamecocks had their lone goal scored on that power play. Rebels 0 for 1 on the man advantage here in this one. Owen Thomas picks this one up, throws it all the way back down. The Gamecock penalty killers will start this one out with a clear. And the Rebel goaltender Ryan Troy starts things out and drops it off for his defenseman Kurt Lindhorst. Stretches this one out cross ice. Pellegrino right wing. Tries to dash past Nick Peters. He loses the puck. Noah Matty comes over, gives some help, and dishes this one all the way back down 200 feet to our left. And the Rebels will start over as Troy drops it off. Breakout pass now gaining speed. They come 4 men strong across the blue line. Dropped it off at the point. Hesitation now. Moving it near side. Kurt Lindhorst off the skate of Noah Matty. Comes over and picked up his Lavery. Hesitating. 1:13 to go on the man advantage. Hit the goalpost. Off the rebound, a save by Gormley. A scramble around in front. Gormley dives on top of the puck. And the Rebels oh so close to scoring a power play goal that would have given them a 2-1 lead. Some luck for the South Carolina netminder and some saves as well. 17:33 to go in the third period. 1:07 left on this Ole Miss power play.
And very big for the offense there. The Rebels trying to, get those second and third chances. And again, great pressure for the net as we talked about earlier. These two teams, they just like to crash the net, keep whacking away, and hopefully the puck will end up finding the back of the net. But good goaltending there.
Off the draw, shorthanded. Mike Bolger chips this one away. He's on his horse and he's racing after it. Ryan Troy plays this one nicely on his backhand. Bolger still gets in there, gets the inside body positioning on Scott Harlan. Puck rolls free. Harlan and Bolger battling behind the plate. The advance pass goes to a Gamecock stick instead of a Rebel one. Braden Storner has it off after the clear by Joe Collega. Cole Chatham, center ice feed here. It's Lavery stepping in, shooting one. Gormley kicks that one aside. He got the paddle on it, and now that one played all the way back out by Julian Reese. 33 seconds on the man advantage. Braden Storner sends a saucer pass up. It's dropped off, almost turned over to Cam Mecca, taken by Lavery. Gathering speed, drops it off. Sullivan over the line, tries to slide that one across. Intended for Chatham. It goes off a skate, and Braden Storner has it now. in the skates of Avery Pruden, puts that one off the skates of Julian Reese. The Rebels still have it in the offensive zone, right around in front. Cam Mecca plays that one away and escorts it all the way back out for Julian Reese. He's going to have a step shorthanded. Julian Reese down the right side, in on goal, he scores! Julian Reese, a shorthanded goal. The Gamecocks take the lead, 16:28 to go in the third period.
Beautiful pass in open space after they tried to clear it. Just streaks right down, wide open as the man lost an edge. Just goes right in, over top the goaltender, finds the back of the net. And the Gamecocks with their first lead of the game.
South Carolina's taking some gambles in this hockey game, especially when short-handed. Cam Mecca flips a nice pass out across center ice. Julian Reese turns the Jets on. And 2 seconds in one, Rob Lawrence is out of the penalty box with one more South Carolina goal than when he went into it. Welcome back to Carolina News. It's been a bit of a slower week in the world of sports, but some recent news has given Gamecock basketball fans something to look forward to. The athletic department has received approval from the SC Department of Commerce to welcome fans into Colonial Life Arena for men's and women's basketball. The arena will have a 3,500 seat capacity and socially distanced ticket pods of 2, 4, and 6 seats available. Other safety precautions include benches moved to opposite sides of the floor, no fans in the first 5 rows, and cashless concession transactions. Schedules are still being finalized, but it was reported today that the women's team will visit UConn on February the 8th. Gamecock football, meanwhile, is set to host number 7 ranked Texas A&M Saturday night at 7. Head coach Will Muschamp announced in a press conference Tuesday that Colin Hill will get the start. Hill has a 61.5 completion percentage and 5 touchdowns through 5 games this season, and in that same press conference, Coach Muschamp also touched on how his team is prepared for an Aggies team that likes to run the football.
Well, we've challenged our guys to understand what we're getting into, that we've got to play the run much better. And I think we're certainly more than capable of doing that. We looked at some things schematically that we can do to help our guys, and we got to play better. We got to get off blocks and play much better as far as disengage and snag and getting off guys. And so we've addressed some of those things, and I think we'll play much better.
The Gamecocks are still looking for their first win against the Aggies on the football field in 6 attempts. And while the Gamecocks are gearing up for this Saturday's matchup, University of Wisconsin has canceled a game for the 2nd consecutive week due to positive coronavirus tests. The number 10 ranked Badgers won't take on Purdue this weekend as 15 players and 12 staff members have tested positive for COVID-19. Head coach Paul Christ is among those positive tests and has been since all the way back on October the 24th. The Badgers canceled last week's game against Nebraska and will have played no more than 6 regular season games by the time the Big Ten's conference championships arrive. If they miss one more game, they won't be eligible to play for the conference championship. Former Broncos quarterback and current team president of football operations John Elway has also tested positive for COVID-19. He, along with CEO Joe Ellis, received positive tests on Tuesday morning. Both men are experiencing mild symptoms and are isolating in their homes. Neither of them have had any close contact with any players or coaches in the last few days, and the team told its staff to work from home on Tuesday as an added precaution. At this time, the Broncos are still scheduled to play the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Finally, the Gamecock women's soccer team is all set to play its final game of the regular season Friday night in Tennessee to play the Volunteers. The 6-1 Gamecocks are coming off a 2-0 win against Mississippi State last weekend, which extended their SEC leading win streak to 6 games. Freshman forward Karina Zulo was named the Top Drawer Soccer's Team of the Week for her game-winning goal against the Bulldogs Friday. The Volunteers are 3-1 on the season and are coming off a 2-1 win in Florida last week. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m. in Knoxville, and this game will set the stage for the SEC tournament on November the 13th. All right, welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. First intermission here. I'm joined by Gamecock alternate captain Ben Smith. You don't actually have to crouch down. It's okay. 2-1 lead after 20 minutes. Did you expect such a tight game?
No, I expected us to come out flying. Their goalies kept it close. We've been trying to get pucks deep, just grind it out down low. We had an issue with Liam's skate. He had to get a new lace in, so Tripp came in. He was cold, and unfortunately they were able to beat him. But I think we're still playing well. Unfortunately, we got to stay out of the box, but I think the pressure's still on. We should break this open in a second.
Now, you were able to notch another assist on on another Ian Powderly goal. You guys seem to have a little bit of chemistry there. What's it like playing with Ian?
I love him. I mean, I've been playing with that kid since I was a freshman. I just know where he's on the ice. Usually in the same areas. I like to hit him with the backhand sauce once in a while. Keep him honest. He just tucks it like he always does.
We just got the official number, almost 750 fans on hand to see this game. What does that attendance figure mean to you as a player who's been here for a long time?
Oh, it's incredible seeing it grow. I mean, the first year I played against Clemson here, we had, I think, about 400 people here. It's been growing every year. I mean, we got fans up for regular games now. I love it. I mean, the atmosphere is great. I mean, opposing teams come in, they hate playing here. We're loud, we're obnoxious, we're annoying, and we beat them. So it's a good atmosphere. I love it.
Thanks, man. Good luck in the second.
Thank you, Dylan.
As you can see, tons of fans everywhere. We're going to step aside when we come back. Second period here, South Carolina Clemson on the Capital City Sports Network. Welcome back inside Carolina Softball Stadium. Scoreless between Seton Hall and South Carolina as we enter the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Gamecocks, Aaliyah White. Mackenzie Bozel's on deck, and Kenzie McGuire batting in the number 3 slot. Shelby Smith in the circle for Seton Hall. Left-hander out of Friendswood, Texas, the sophomore. Staring down the freshman now, Aaliyah White. Batting .429 this season, had an eventful Wednesday afternoon. First pitch there to White.
Yeah, you could definitely say eventful, having a double and a triple and an RBI versus Coastal Carolina. Overall, just having a great start to her freshman season, a great start to her South Carolina career.
We talked extensively about the impact that this large freshman class has had on the lineup. White, perfect evidence of that, as ball 1 zips off the outside edge, evening the count on White. Seton Hall in at the corners, that's Carr and Allender. Third and first, Tate and Colanetta at short and second. Outfield goes Arteaga, Wingo, and Barracato out in right field. 1-1 pitch goes high to White, ball number 2.
And by Tate, he means Jaden Tate, as there are the Tate sisters.
There are the Tate sisters,
for
very
Seton
important.
Hall. Kiana and Jaden, excuse me.
Kiana, the junior. The younger one, Jaden, the senior. Both out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 2-1 pitch to White, inside, just at the knees. They'll rule it skimmed her. So Aaliyah takes first.
That's her 4th walk of the year. Showing great patience.
She's got a knack for getting on base.
She does. And when she's on base, she's a threat because she has one of the fastest players on this South Carolina team.
Yeah, stolen base in the second matchup against Coastal. Back in the first inning, that was one of the things that got the offense started so quickly. Mackenzie Bolzel now, number 2 runner, and White looked like she wanted to go. She will slink back to first base. Not quite her time to go.
And talk about having a great season so far. Mac Bozel leading the team in batting average, walks, and on-base percentage.
A 1 pitch goes outside, evens things at 1-1 to Bozel. White still at first. An RBI in her first game of the afternoon against Coastal. 2 RBIs in the second. 7 on the year, and that'll send White to second. The throw
With
not in time and far outside. So another successful steal for Leah White.
And just like that, Aaliyah White is just making her way around the bases. Like I said, always a threat to steal, always a threat to go another. You could see her even try to take another base here and get farther into scoring position.
Ball and 2 strikes now to Bozel. No outs here in a scoreless bottom of the first. Bozel pounds one out towards center field, and it drops in there. Aaliyah White rounding third. She'll come in to score. Bozel wants third. She settles there for second. RBI double for Mackenzie Bozel, and the Gamecocks grab a 1-0 lead in the first.
And what a hit there by Bozel. And once again, just adding on to that hot start she already had going for her, adding another RBI now, having 8 on the year. That was such a powerful swing. And just center fielder Wingo just not able to get it. Makes the diving play, but that one hops off the wall, and she's got an RBI double.
I mean, a matter of inches there. Wingo just so close to grabbing that one. Bozel's able to squeak it out, and the speed of White, no question. She was going to round third and come home to score for South Carolina. Kenzie McGuire up now. Bozel at second after the RBI double. Another one of the grad students here for South Carolina. No question that she was going to come back this year. Integral part of this Gamecock team.
It just shows the threat of this lineup going from Aaliyah White, the standout freshman, to Mac Bozel, the team leader, and then Kenzie McGuire in her 6th year with South Carolina. A huge part of this team and one of the major leaders for Bev Smith's squad.
0-2 to Kenzie McGuire now. Nick and I made note before the game that Seton Hall was one of the more vocal teams from the dugout against Longwood. You can hear it on the crowd mic we've got. All that yelling, that's not the crowd, that's both dugouts. Both teams thoroughly into it.
And with these with the limited fans in these stadiums this year, Dylan, you need that dugout to be loud, to be a little rambunctious, be a little wild. Get your team going and get some momentum on your side.
1-2 pitch outside. Bozel trots back to second. And to be a little selfish for a moment, we love to hear it because it gets us more involved, gets the fans more involved. I'm sure makes it more enjoyable for you folks at home who've been listening to silent sports with no fans for a few months now. 2-2 to McGuire. No outs in a 1-0 Gamecock lead with Bozel at second. This one sent foul down the third base side. McGuire hangs on to that 2-2 count.
And just like that, I think you're hearing something from the South Carolina dugout right there.
A lot of options for the Gamecocks here on offense. Katie Preble stands in the on-deck circle. As Shelby Smith comes set, rocks back and launches one in there. Called strike 3. McGuire takes that one looking. Solid pitch selection there by Smith. Good placement. And Seton Hall has a bit of momentum on their side now. 1 out in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, I had to learn a lot about multiple teams, so getting that little slip up.
We'll see Longwood at the conclusion of this game. South Carolina and Longwood.
Yeah, stick with us for that game 2, this doubleheader today.
These two games originally scheduled for 3:30 and approximately 6 as Katie Preble stands in now. This one fouled up into the netting and probably right at the camera. Maybe scaring some of those of you watching at home. Took us by surprise.
And right off the bat, no pun intended, Katie Preble taking that big cut right there. She has one of the more kind of violent, powerful swings that you'll see from this Gamecock team.
0-1 to Preble after the foul tip, batting .286 this year. Fastball inside, and she'll watch that go past her for a strike. 0-2 to Preble. Things looking like they were about to get dangerous for the Gamecocks after that RBI double from Bozel. But right now, Katie Preble sits at 0-2. The delivery pounded into the Seton Hall dugout off the netting. And there are 4 or 5 girls that are very grateful that netting is there right now.
I could not even help but react to that one. That one was a laser hit straight to the around the face of like a few girls on the Seton Hall team. Luckily, like Dylan said, that net was there.
Head coach Paige Smith in her 9th season comes around to make sure everyone's all right. Make sure that netting's still intact. 0-2 to Preble. Here's a pitch. Up and outside the strike zone. Ball 1 to Preble. Good take there. That one looked to be on the upper edge of the zone. Good job by Preble not to follow that one. Slight breeze in this one. Not as warm as it was back on Wednesday. About a 20-degree difference. About 55 as the 1-2 pitch is on its way. Preble sends one deep left field. It is gone. No question about that one. Katie Preble, the 2-run bomb in South Carolina, claims a 3-0 lead.
And just like that, Katie Preble, with the violently powerful swing, hits that one out to left field. And that one wasn't even going very high, just a straight laser. And it hit, if you looked in the left field, there are those nets, hit center net. doesn't even drop down. Just a straight laser into left field for the home run.
That was all speed off the bat of Preble. That's the pitch she's been looking for a couple of games now. She finds it and mashes that thing deep left field.